What's up, guys? Welcome to the Behind the Golf Brand podcast. This week, I have my friends Nick and Liam from Pins and Aces. If you guys don't know what Pins and Aces are, then you probably don't play golf. They make some of the sickest ball markers, head covers in the game. They've taken that world by storm over the last, I would say, like 5 years. I think I know a little longer than that. But so I'm really excited to have them on the show because I've been a fan and I don't know, they're cool dudes. So welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
And actually, I think your guys' studio is better than mine. So
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'm like, I need some tips. Like my wall's too bright, and I need to make it darker. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
you got wood up there though. Looks good. Yeah.
How many episodes do you guys have on your podcast now?
Oof, I think we're up to like 34.
34, 35. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's we just kind of screw around and talk about whatever we want to talk about. We do have, as we were kind of chatting before this got kicked off, there are a lot of brand loyalists to Pins and Aces, so they like listening to it, and you get kind of behind the scenes. We throw some Easter eggs in there for different deals. You know, if you're listening to the podcast, you're loyalists. So yeah, it's been fun.
So smart. Like I was talking to somebody, a guy in media, I guess. What's that and I know it's like a dumbass, but like what's that platform you guys like had that live show on? That you do a lot of live showing, and Liam's always in it. That's what my friend told me.
Yeah. So we do it through Streamlabs, but we do it on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, and our website through Stream Agency. So we do kind of do it all over.
Yeah.
But we started that like maybe a month ago, and just trying to do like weekly TV show type of thing, Tuesday nights. We have that simulator in the warehouse since we acquired a Dell. So we were like, hey, after hours, you might as well stay, do some sort of fun challenge and stream it. So yeah, it's been cool.
Really well, right? Because aren't you guys like, hey, you're like, because you can ask the audience, right? Like, what do you guys think about this and that? And then they can chime. It's actually, dude, that's cutting edge shit. Like, honestly, because like no one else is doing that. And I know other industries do that, but it's like, that's how you build a real community, right? Like someone's going to watch it all the time and like be a smart ass and say funny shit and like whatever.
Yeah. And it's cool because we're like, you know, our main HQ is attached to the warehouse. So we can ask people questions on the live. We can say like, hey, how many shots do you think this is going to take? If they answer it right, be like, oh, you got it right, man. We're going to throw in an extra polo. And it's actually us who are help shipping the orders. And that's something we can actually do. It's not random people on the live. It's actually the pins.
I've always thought about doing like live because like I get so much free stuff, right? But I don't want free stuff. I'd rather give that out to somebody else that, you know what I mean? Like you only need so much stuff. So it's like, I don't know, pass it on to somebody that could actually use it or appreciate it, you know? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I should talk to you guys about that later. I think it's genius, dude. Seriously. I just heard about that like last week from a friend of mine. I was like, they do that? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time.
Yeah. And
we're doing something. Last night was a taco challenge. So we tried to, it was how many tacos could we eat in 9 holes in a 4-man scramble? We ate 71 tacos.
Yeah.
So
it was a lot of
tacos from like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we had a lot of tacos. They were like, I bet your stomachs are like killing tonight. They're like, oh Jesus, dude. Like want to do revenge.
It was a bit rough last night for sure, but it was fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, those live streams are pretty fun. We'll probably do like 6 episodes, maybe take a couple week break and then get back into it. But it all kind of started with that hole-in-one challenge I did. I was streaming in the simulator room until I hit a hole-in-one. Took only like 4 hours. Everyone here thought it was going to take like.
Liam's like scratch. He's like, I'm so terrible.
Yeah, no, I'm not a good golfer. So everyone here was like, it's going to take forever.
Yeah.
But I think like season finale, Nick's going to try it, and he's a true scratch golfer. So we'll see how long.
Are you really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrible, dude. I'm fucking terrible.
Yeah, I'm not very good.
It's like me and Liam versus Nick, and I bet I'd still you'd still beat us. I don't know.
Yeah,
yeah, I know. I used to be the best golfer in the shop here, but we just recently hired a couple Division I golfers. One of them, buddy of mine from college, he was the one man at Colorado State University where I went to, and he is like legitimate. He had Korn Ferry status. He's going back for it this year. He's like incredibly gifted golfer.
Really?
So, yeah, I'm not in the top 3. I'm in the top 3.
Number 3.
Who's number 2?
I got Peter.
Yeah.
He played Division I golf at UNC.
What's Liam at? Like number 47?
I'm probably like
4.
8, 7.
No, I'd say like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I guess you 3. Nico's a better golfer.
Yeah.
John is debatable.
Yeah. Yeah. It could be close.
I'm like 5 or 6 maybe in the office.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are okay. So, what? Just where we begin, where are you guys located? I know where you're at, but where are you guys located? In case people don't know.
We're in Arvada, Colorado, which is just like 10 minutes west of Denver. So kind of in the foot.
Shit.
Yeah.
So then, like, how far are you from Casa Bonita?
10 minutes.
Because I just took my son there like last month. We got.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I was telling Liam that, like, he turned 15. Like, what do you do with a 15-year-old? And it's like, and like he's into South Park, but
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun trip, dude. But like the one weekend we were there, it snowed. I was like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah, you can get that. Hopefully, we're done with it now. It's April, but yeah, I can. But it's nice. People think it snows all the time. I mean, you caught it on a bad weekend, but you can play golf year round here in Colorado, which is nice. Even in December, a little cold, but it's not snowing everywhere like you see at ski towns up in the mountains. So,
I mean, we played on Christmas Eve this year.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
It was fine. It was a little cold, but it was
the weather like 50s and 40s or something.
Yeah. Low 50s.
It's just hit or miss. Like we can get snow in May, and then we also golfed on Christmas Eve. So
yeah,
but super.
And like here, it's getting hot now. It's like 100 today, maybe.
Yeah. It's hot in Arizona.
Yeah, we were down there last weekend, and it was
nice.
Chilly,
it was kind of chilly. Good for golf, though.
Yeah, good
what
for
are you guys
golf.
doing?
Just a family. Yeah, just kind of a family trip, and then we have that tournament out at Talking Stick in like 40 days. So I met up with those guys and just kind of did a tour of the grounds, saw where everything's going to be laid out. But it was just a quick trip, like 3 days.
Yeah.
It was windy last weekend too. It was nice, but it was windy shit. It snowed up in the mountains. I know that, but
yeah.
So what year? Okay, so did you guys grow up playing golf? Like, were you good? You know what I mean? Like, did your dad teach you guys, or like what's the story with your golf before we get to brand?
Yeah. We can get into that. I definitely did. You know, I say that I'm a failed college golfer. I was a pretty good high school player, but not really the best college golfer. I'd say, you know, my scoring average would be between in high school it was like 73, and so kind of bottom tier Division I golf. Tried playing golf there, did that for a couple years, but knew I wasn't ever good enough to go pro. But I loved golf, and grew up playing around it. Played ever since I was a little kid. Played all the time. And then Liam, and I mean not so much. You got into it later after college, really.
Yeah, I didn't.
Met you.
Yeah, well, I played golf probably like once a year growing up. Like I'd always do it with my dad once a year when he had business guys in town or something, and just wasn't that into it. Partly because I was so bad. But we're a big soccer family, and I played soccer in college, so I kind of picked it up during COVID when our season shut down and we couldn't play. But yeah, I've only been playing for like 4 years now, probably.
Yeah. So Liam, crazy thing is Liam's third month ever playing golf, he broke 80. So
yeah,
are you serious?
Pretty good, pretty quickly. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I haven't even broken 80, dude. Like that's nuts. So what year did Pins and Aces start?
So kind of backstory on Pins and Aces. I've been an entrepreneur basically my whole life. I've had a couple different businesses, and in a business that we were involved in, another e-commerce business, both myself and my other brother-in-law. So I'm married to Liam's sister. My business partner, John, is married to his other sister. And so we were working in the other business. It was called Adams Polishes. It was a car care company. And we were involved in that business and direct to consumer. And we're like, hey, we could start a golf brand and we could make head covers. And I bought a Callaway Epic driver, and it had this neon, ugly, not even neon green. It was like an ugly green. Terrible stock head cover.
Like 17, 18, somewhere in there.
Yeah, it was like 2018. And I was looking at other head covers, and they were just really expensive, and the designs weren't that great. And I'm like, I think we could make a better head cover. And so we did that. We had some relationships with different manufacturers overseas, and we made it, and we just kind of put it up on Amazon, had a little website, and Pins and Aces was like a meme page on Instagram. And so, I mean, that's kind of how it got started, and then kind of ran that. It was doing okay. We were starting to add some more head covers, but it was like a side gig. And then in 2020, luckily, at the end of before kind of the beginning of 2020, end of 19, we brought in a general manager who we worked with in another business to kind of run it because we were still, had a full-time day job. And he had significant experience with, apparel manufacturing, and we started making some polos. And then COVID hit and everyone was playing golf. E-commerce was blowing up, and, we were lucky to kind of ride that wave in COVID and get ahead of it early before everyone else tried to make, head covers and polos and different things. So kind of got lucky in that sense.
I mean, I remember first seeing you guys. Like, I remember seeing the memes page, but I also remember seeing you all like on Instagram, and you had like so many the ball markers and stuff. Wasn't like that. Like, I remember seeing them. Like, who are these guys? But like no one was making cool shit. That was the thing. It was like the same old, same old.
Yeah, it was definitely different for sure. It wasn't stuffy. It was kind of like your anti-country club brand, making funny ball markers, stuff that we knew people would, think were funny and would purchase. And so definitely started with head covers, ball markers, then apparel really took off, expanded that line, and now it's, a legitimate golf brand.
Oh, 100%.
So
I mean, like, I think it's cool how much you guys have grown too. It's even the last 5 years. Like, you're just, I mean, in 2020, there were so many golf brands. You remember that? There was like a million of them. Like, everyone was starting something, and like, oh, I can buy something on Temu, or not even Temu, Arvada or whatever. And like, but it's like, you guys have grown significantly. And I think one of the reasons why too is like, you have a very loyal fan base, right? Like that's, you have a real community. Like, you create a community, which I think brands don't do that anymore. Like, you can't sell shit or tchotchkes and be like, oh yeah, whatever. It's like, no, you have like diehards too, and like are actually part of the brand.
Yeah, I think that's really important to have when you're growing a business, is especially in this day and age when advertising is really expensive. Cost of goods is gone up. You got to have a loyal fan base for sure. And that definitely helps having that. And we want to make sure that we're supporting the people who support us.
What I love is you guys have thought outside the box too. Like what's the story with like the beer sleeve? Like, did you guys how'd you just come up with that stuff? Like, dude, that some of this shit's like so smart. You're like that. No one like. I mean, you gotta be making a fortune. That's a liquor stick.
Yeah, those are two inventions of yours truly.
Really?
Take credit. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude.
Not sure here.
It is. The beer sleeve is funny. I remember skiing and I saw a guy with like a sling with a cooler, and Burton, I think, made him in the 90s. And it was like a long, skinny koozie to hold beer when you went skiing. And I got one, and I'm like, man, I wonder if this would fit in the golf bag. And it didn't. It was too thick. And I'm like, well, if we really get the perfect size just to fit a can, it might be tight enough to, fit in a golf bag. And sure enough, it did. And we wanted it to hold 7 cans so it wouldn't stick out above your bag. And we came out that product, and that was crazy. That was kind of like the first viral moment. That product went absolutely viral.
It went viral, right? Like, literally went viral.
Yeah, it went crazy. We were selling 50,000 beer sleeves a month at one point.
Holy crap, dude.
So it was a lot of beer sleeves for sure. That I think it was 2022 in November. It went over Black Friday. It went absolutely berserk. And so we were fortunate enough to have inventory and have those and really move them. So that was great. And then the liquor stick was like, okay, we have beer. How can we get hard alcohol? And the problem with the beer sleeve is if you have a 14-way bag, our 14-way bag, we designed it to fit a beer sleeve, obviously, but some 14 ways don't. So we're like, hey, we got to have a product that does hard alcohol and would fit every bag. And then that was the idea of the liquor stick. Remember back in the day, you'd see the Sharper Image magazine, and it was like a fake golf club that,
yeah,
And I was like, how can we make this better? So I built the first one out of PVC pipe. Hey, conceptually, would it work? We put a little pump on top of there, and then we made that product. And the beer sleeve kind of sucked because everyone knocked it off, and now there's a million different
the Chinese companies that are like, oh, I can make that for nothing, and then it's like a bad knockoff.
even like Callaway, OGO was making a beer sleeve, and our loyalists ripped Callaway for making that, and they like had to delete posts.
Yeah, I
and
remember
stuff.
everyone commented on it.
Yeah.
But
Made
that's
them
the power of community, right? If not, you're just fighting it yourself. Like, that's bullshit, you know. But then it's like, or I'm gonna go legal on you. But then it's like your community jumps on that stuff, dude. They're pissed.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's nothing to like protect the beer sleeve, unfortunately. But yeah, the community came and was like, "Hey, you guys ripped off Pins and Aces. Like, you guys are clowns."
And there was probably like $40, right, or something
Yeah.
crazy. Like, no, it's
something crazy. But then the liquor stick, we did, do a design and utility patent on that, and luckily that hasn't been an issue right now. But that's a fun.
What year did liquor stick come out?
What did it come out? It came out when we were still at the old building, probably 2023.
Yeah, very early on.
Yeah.
You're on 3.0, it says. So how are you making it better with each version? Like, what do you do?
So the first version was kind of rudimentary. We used like a existing pump that went on top of like a 5-gallon jug, that you could put water in it and pump it from there. And then version 2, we redid the whole pump head assembly, made it a better fit, made it waterproof or leak proof. And then, but metal, the whole liquor stick is food grade stainless steel. So metal to metal threading is always difficult, and you need to have gaskets in it. So the 2.0, you really had to make sure it wasn't over tightened, because there's a rubber gasket. If you over tighten, they could break and leak. Yeah. The 3.0 though has these Teflon gaskets built in, so you can crank it down. You don't have to worry about being finicky, and it'll remain totally.
You're freaking genius, dude. I didn't even know this. I didn't know you invented all that. I mean, I knew you guys invented it, but like, I find that's awesome. Like,
yeah, got to differentiate,
Well, yeah. How else do you stand out in a crowded market, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
When I'm going through like all your products, I know because you have so many of them, but I just think they're so smart. When did you guys first come out with your bag?
The bag. So, last year, in 24, the bag came out at the beginning of the year. Previously to that, like 2 years ago in 2021 and 2022, we did have a bag, and it wasn't great. It didn't stand flat. It was, not the best. And I'm like, we got to come out with another bag. And everyone here was like, we're not doing another bag. It was terrible the last time. I'm like, we can do it right. So I took some features that I like on a bunch of different bags and said, I think we could do it a little bit better. And so we came out with our bag, and it really is a fantastic bag. It's got a travel cover included, which I don't think anybody else offers, which is great. If you got a dirty truck or dirty car, or your bag got dirty in a rainy day, you don't have to worry about getting your car dirty.
Your bag even worse.
Yeah, that comes with it. A lot of fun colors. The Zin pocket is great. Color matching rain hood. So a lot of different features. I mean, there's only so many things you can do with a bag to make it, totally unique and different. There's a certain shape and style to it, but we did put a lot of effort into the bag that I think a lot of people really like, and it's our best selling product right now. So,
is it really?
Yeah.
And I think the cool thing about the bags is white, black, and gray is in stock year round as much as we can, at least, even though they're selling super fast. And like the unique colors come in, we'll sell them out, and then it's kind of retired, and then a new color will come out a couple months later. So we have a lot of like crazy brand loyalists who try to collect all the limited colors, and then they send us pictures of the 6 bags they have, and 5 of them in limited edition. So that's pretty cool to see as well.
Mm-hmm.
So wow, I had no idea. So then how many bags have you released then since then? Like in 2 years? Like that's a lot of, like 8 bags? 10
There's
bags?
probably been like 10 different colors.
10 or 12 by now,
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, it's cool too. You have a 14-way and a 5-way, right? So like, that was the price is the same. Oh, that's cool.
Yep. So, and then you could personalize your bag as well. So you could get your name on it, embroidered. We do that here in-house. But it's a really cool,
cover, right? That's smart. That's a major That's a major bonus, because like, I mean, these are even like no one does that.
No, I wouldn't recommend like taking it on an airplane. Although I've seen people put like a trash bag over their clubs and they do it, or their rain hood. But
this
it's
is to
more
protect if you're
for-
throwing in the back of your truck, right, or your
Yeah.
car. You don't want to
Exactly.
rub. If you have a white bag, you don't want to get rub marks all over it because your kid's
Exactly.
shit's in the back. And
Exactly. So, or if you're storing it for the winter or whatever. So color matching rain hood as well. So yeah, just some like thoughtful features in a bag, and it's priced $70 to $100 less than our competitors. So it's a really, really high quality bag, and we're super proud of it.
And you're always making it. You're always upgrading it too, right? If you find something you want to do different, you can have that flexibility.
Yeah, couple features. It's stayed the same for about 6 months. I think it's got all the features that we wanted in it. We upgraded the towel clip to be removable, and it's also a bottle opener. Small things like that. We added that Zin pocket, the travel cover, which is in every bag now. But the pimento bag that obviously sold out as part of our Augusta collection.
Seconds probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes quick.
Pretty quick.
That one was cool because on the inside, you might even be able to see it in one of the pictures. It says one of 250 limited edition, and it's like
really,
it's like built into the velour line.
Oh, that's badass, dude.
You can't see it, but it's like tone on tone. It's just like a little Easter egg. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Is this this right here? Is that magnetic or is that just a rubber logo?
Where is it?
I think
on the handle. If you click on a picture with the handle, I think if you scroll down on the detail pages, detail images, might be there if you keep scrolling.
Yeah, there is a magnetic plate in the handle that's good for rain.
I see it right there. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
speakers. Cool.
I think there's a detail image of that, but
it's right here on the handle. That's sick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
So it's like you're making the bag you would want, right?
Exactly.
Like, for the player that's like you, that wants that, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what's so cool about what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know the bags were I knew they were popular, but I didn't know they were like I thought your head covers probably were.
Yeah, no, we're selling a couple thousand bags a month right now, so it's definitely pretty popular.
Now, when it comes, like, I love that. That's cool. That's so thought. Like, are you guys? Who does the design ideas? Like, the actual, do you have, like, in house, like, or is it you or you guys? Like, who, you know what I mean? Like, this is smart. Like, it's a cool design. I think a lot of work to figure out what's going to look like.
Yeah. Well, we have I guess we have 3 full-time designers.
Yep.
Really 3 full-time designers in-house who work on all these ideas. Some of them, we give them ideas and they run with it, but they're super creative. They're the ones who really make it all come to life. But it's nice having these guys in-house because, we can bounce ideas off each other. We can give them ideas. They mock it up, go back and forth. We're not outsourcing that to anyone, so it doesn't take an extensive amount of time or anything like that.
What are your most popular head covers, would you say?
Ooh, most popular head covers. It's hard to say. I mean, honestly, it changes all the time. I think when we come out with like a collab, those are super popular, like the Yellowstones.
Right?
Yeah, Trump.
Dude, that thing was you sold a trillion of these things, dude.
Yeah, those do pretty well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have so many designs. It's like, really all of them sell pretty well.
Dude, I bet he loved that head cover. I bet he had that on his bag.
He does, yeah.
Yeah. So cool, dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I mean, butter too. That's cool.
Yeah, they're all a little bit different. South Park stuff does well, Turtle stuff does well. And like Liam said, when we do limited editions or releases, the Highland Cow is actually probably our best seller.
The Highland Cow on that last page was just
where'd it go? Hold on.
was just kind of like not a random idea, I guess, but our whole family's from Scotland. Nick married into the Scottish family, so we were
really?
Like, buy a Highland Cow, and then it just popped off, went crazy.
Yeah,
and now it almost seems like Highland Cow is like trendy.
I know.
Like I've seen other people.
I've got it on my hat now.
Now Nick has it.
People are gonna start freaking copying you again. They're gonna be like, we need to do Highland Cow. Cow is gonna be like, we need to do Highland Cow. Like,
right.
Yeah, for sure. The Highland Cow goes crazy. Super popular.
When did you guys start doing collabs with like motion pictures and you know what I mean, like what you're doing now with like Paramount and crap like that? Like when did that start and what gave you that idea?
It actually started, I remember the day when we did our first collab. So this was a side business, and now it was starting to grow. But we had full-time job business at the time. He was still in college. He's a lot younger than me, but we were in the warehouse. We had bought a building, and we had this side business, and we had like maybe 10, 20,000 followers on Instagram. And I got a DM from Bud Light, and Bud Light was like, "Hey, we want to do a collab. You guys can do whatever you want. We want to be in golf." And so we did a collab with Bud Light, and it went crazy. They were seating Post Malone and George Kittle and all these guys that they had.
Wow.
And so that was pretty cool. And I'm like, shit, we've got like something here with collaborations. And so we just expanded it. And, sometimes they're true collabs. Sometimes it's licensing deal, something like that. And then I think Paramount reached out to us at the PGA show a couple of years ago, and the South Park guys were like, "These guys are in Colorado. We should do South Park." And so we did.
Did they really? Trey and
Trey and Matt. Yeah.
Trey and Matt. That's fucking cool as hell, dude.
Yeah. And so then we did the South Park stuff, and then they're like, "This is great. You can have all Paramount."
I like Randy's big balls.
Yeah. That's our probably best-selling ball marker.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh.
And then it just went from there, it just kind of took off from there. And
you're doing it with Paramount right now for sure, but who else?
We just did one with Hey Dude. So Hey Dude was awesome. We did that at the Waste Management. They launched their first ever golf shoe, and they collaborated with us. We sold that out in like 6 hours. It was crazy. Their Hey Dude's first ever shoe in golf shoe. So that was really fun to do. There's some other ones you want to stay tuned for this year, that are coming out. We've kind of teased them before. Top Gun is one of them that we're going to be doing this summer. So there's a couple more though that
you forget. Like Paramount's done a million movies, dude. Like their licensing is pretty big.
Yeah, I guess we got a tease in this poster over Nick's shoulder as well. Forgot that was up there, but that's a teaser, I guess, as well. Yeah, it's cool. I like the collabs. They're a lot of fun.
What's coming out this year that you guys are excited about, or what you've already announced that you're like you can't wait, or you're already not done that? You know what I mean?
I mean, we've talked about player preferred, right? That's probably what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, that's coming out next. That should be here shortly, and that's kind of our take on a more premium line of polos. So our polos retail. Apparel retails polos at $69.95, outerwears at $79.95. Player preferred will be a little bit higher end. It'll be $99.95 for polos and $130 for outerwear. But really, really thoughtful, really nice, more subtle. Our tagline for that is "From Bunker to Boardroom." So you could wear it on the course. You could wear it.
What Liam's wearing right now?
No,
this one's not actually. But it is kind of like, a lot of navies, a lot of off-whites, kind of those type of colors. Because, we have so many people who own 20 of our polos, but they can't necessarily wear all of them to work because they're kind of crazy for sure.
Yeah, they're too loud. It's for conservative America.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this line, people will be able to wear it to work.
We had like Randy's balls all over it. The Randy's balls.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to wear that polo to work. So this is kind of our take on a line that you can kind of wear anywhere.
Where'd it go? Who had the idea for the head cover rack?
I think that was you, right? Head cover rack? Because Nick's you're a big golf guy. He's like a diehard. He collects stuff. And I think he probably had a head cover rack of some sort or a take
Did you
on.
invent your own? Like, that's cool. I mean, I saw it and I was like, that is so smart. Because, people want to display their toys, right? Like,
yeah. Everyone wants to do it. I remember seeing a Scotty Cameron one, and Scotty Cameron made one, and it's like $5,000. It's like hand welded up, and they show their it's just for putters, but we make a lot more than just putter covers. So I'm like, we want to do this, make it more economical. And it's pretty popular in like head cover collecting groups, even if they're not a Pins and Aces fan. They're like, hey, these guys have a great cost effective head cover rack. So that's kind of why.
Did you ever think like you would be like one of the biggest inventors in golf?
I'm not a big inventor.
Bullshit that like actually makes sense. Like seriously, dude. Like you tell me, I'm like, dude, that dude is freaking smart. And I thought a lot of smart people.
Don't tell him that.
You're like other level kind of smart, dude.
Yeah.
Like straight up. I mean, the beer and the liquor, the head. I mean, just like, I don't know. You guys think so far outside the box, but it's like stuff that people actually want. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, I invented this thing, and it's like, well, nobody wants that. So who cares?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Are you guys still doing a lot on Amazon? Or
like Amazon's more accessory driven. It's limited products that we want to have on there, but it's not our full collection of products. We have a select amount of accessories available on Amazon.
The ball marker. Do you guys sell the head covers on there? Or not really.
Some of them, not all of them, but some of them for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazon's perfect for that, but it's also hard. You know what I mean? Because it's Amazon. For sure. Like they make more money than you do probably half the time on.
Yeah. It's tough.
So tell me about the Adele, like when did that whole thing come about or how that come about? Because that was kind of like, didn't that kind of shook the industry, I thought, because people were like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? They weren't like, how did that all go down?
Yeah, I mean, Adele was a Colorado company, so we definitely knew who they were. They're in our backyard. We were friends with the previous owner, and so and we'd been playing Adele's for a couple years.
Yeah, they got us some clubs.
Wedges.
Yeah, they got us clubs like 2 years ago, and we played them for a while. Just were kind of buddies with them. Played a couple rounds. Would see them at the local shows, stuff like that. So we just had a good friendship for a while.
Yeah, and I think like anything, it just if the deal's right, and kind of came up in passing, kind of in summer of last year. Hey, I'm looking to take Adele to market, and would you guys be interested? And we said, sure, we'll take a look at it. And it made sense. We always said we don't do any balls, clubs, or shoes. We make everything else. But here was an opportunity to make clubs. And so, with kind of a warm entry into the market, very, very legacy heritage brand. I'm actually flying to Austin tomorrow. We maintained our manufacturing facility in Austin, Texas. So, and we've got, I think it dropped today, tomorrow.
Yeah.
A putter that we made. Adele had a great heritage and a great legacy of making putters right here in the USA. And so we wanted to get back to that. And so a putter we're dropping tomorrow on Adele is 100% made in America. So it's a really fun brand. I think there's a lot of opportunity with it. And so, it just came to fruition. We bought the business January 6th of this year.
I remember seeing that. I was like, oh, that's cool. I mean, it makes sense. All of it makes sense. And I think it's a good, like, you guys are doing so well on accessories and everything else. It's like, why not? Right. Like, but what like inspires you the most when it comes to your designs, would you say, when you have an idea for it? Is it color or is it, you know what I mean? Because you guys did a lot of cool stuff.
I don't know, man. Maybe you take that one.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a lot of our designers who come up with that stuff, but it's just so hard. Our designers are just so good at like kind of seeing stuff in pop culture, what's trendy, like the Highland Cow. I think they kind of spotted that coming from, and then some of the owners' Scottish background just kind of fuse the two things together. But they're really the ones who come with a lot of the ideas. And then when we do like a collab, it's kind of easy to make a funny Randy ball marker because all of us are South Park fans, and we're like, that's an ultimate classic episode. We have to.
You should do a Casa Bonita ball marker because, like,
we're working on a South Park 2.0, and it was so fun just to like scroll through their brand book, see all the cool.
I can imagine, dude, all the characters. Yeah. If you did a ball marker for every one of the characters they made fun of back in the day, that'd be some funny shit.
I mean, it's crazy. Like, I think we were talking about like
Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson, or
all those kind of like hidden,
or the other Kanye.
Yeah, like the fish Kanye. That'd be a good one too.
The fish sticks joke.
Yeah, exactly. So I think when you have
sticks, I bet people would. I don't know. I'd say it'd be funnier.
Oh yeah, it's hard to find the line between like something that everyone thinks is funny, but then also like if you're a true South Park fan, you appreciate like us also being South Park fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. I'm a huge fan of what you guys are doing. I know like you guys are crushing it, and it's really cool. I'm really glad I got to know you guys too and meet you guys. And like, where can people find you? I guess is a good way of saying it. I know your website, so
pinsandaces.com, and then all the socials at Pins and Aces, from TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. Everything at Pins and Aces. So check us out there, and we'd love to have you come play in our Cactus Classic tournament. The tournament series is so fun. We do tournaments, so we've got 4 tournaments this year. The winner of those tournaments gets entry into the Sin City Shootout, which we're giving away $10,000 cash. So it's May 17th in Scottsdale at Talking Stick. So
is that the first one for the season? Then is that your first tournament?
That's the
where
first
the other.
one.
Where the I mean, I'd definitely go, but where are the other 3 at? So people know they're not out west.
One's in Denver, July 25th. That's a big one. Raccoon Creek in Denver. And then every year we do a Children's Hospital NICU fundraiser. So that one's not technically a part of the tournament series, but it's just something we do every year. One of Nick's kids was in the NICU. So that's more just like a fun family and friends, friends of the brand kind of tournament. And then the $10,000 giveaway is down in Vegas at Chimera, October 25th. So that'll be fun. We're going to get a big treasure chest filled up with 10 grand cash, and whoever wins it gets to walk away with 10K.
Yep.
That's freaking so smart. I don't know. You guys did an awesome job for like a million different reasons, and I'm just excited. I don't know. I didn't even know half those stories, and I think that's what's so cool is that what you've done in not that much time. If you think about it, the overall picture of the brand, but like even to come out with new products that are yours that you actually made. You know what I mean? It's like, there were so many brands that come out in the 20s that like they were just making t-shirts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm talking about. But,
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we appreciate it, and thanks for having us on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, you guys, I hope you got to check out Pins and Aces. They make sick accessories and now clubs. So check them out, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
man.
Don't leave. Hold on.